First of all, I want to thank Dragon Ball Super Hype, DBS Hype, as always, for getting us these early leaks and early images of the manga. He is a valued asset to the fandom, in my opinion. And I thank him, as always, for helping us out each and every month. So remember in the build-up to the Tournament of Power, they built up this character, which later we found out was Jiren, as a mortal who has gone beyond God. Well, we're going to take some of those words here to describe this. Now it's become Moro beyond God. So the spoilers that came out from Rio Tukwa or whatever discussed a new form. It is indeed real. I'm going into it right now. If you don't want to be spoiled, you should already know not to click the video or click off of it now, because we're going to go into it now. Last chance. So what happens, folks, is we were right and we were wrong. But also, what happened, based on the spoilers that Rio Tukwa put, seems to be coming into fruition. Like I said, it's true. So not only did Goku unfathomably screw up when he gave Moro a Senzu to regenerize him, and not only did he screw up in not finishing him off, he screwed up big time. Because Goku did not finish off Moro when the time came, now he's really screwed. This is Moro's new transformation right here. And it's very similar, but it's got like the white sort of, the white like hoofs or whatever you want, whatever the body hair is. I don't know anything about goats, but this is the new Moro now with the power of Merus. Now, how did this happen? Well, if you've been following my content, you know that we had a theory, and it wasn't just me, it was spread around the community, that in this manga panel from 2 months ago, I did a couple of streams on this and a video. When Merus cut off Moro's hand, that hand was still around. That hand did not, like, he got his hands regenerated, but the original hand was cut off. However, because his hand was close enough to his neck, that means that Moro was able to reattach that hand, thanks to Goku giving him a Senzu and not paying attention. And that hand had already touched Merus, had already tapped into his power, and now Moro has Merus' power. So we have a possible potential angel level threat here to deal with now. Ultra Instinct Goku completed form is probably not going to be able to beat Moro. It's probably not happening. Let's be real. With that being said, though, this is going to bring up a lot of questions. First of all, this makes Goku's decision even dumber. You know, it blows my mind as to how so many people were like, well, what if Goku does this instead? No, it doesn't matter what Goku does. It doesn't matter if this would have happened or not. Goku in himself, just giving Moro a Senzu was a bad idea because of how many times the character of Goku has made mistakes by sparing his villains, and it comes back to haunt him. It's happened throughout his entire life, and he's constantly said, you know, I've learned from it. He didn't learn from it because Golden Frieza, it happened with him. And he didn't finish off Jiren fast enough, etc. The list goes on and on and on, right? And Goku gets bailed out. Typical stuff I've been complaining about. The problem is not what happened after. It was that Goku as a character, his decision was dumb. But it's actually worse now because now we're dealing with a character who, and of course, they're going to beat him. All right, I'm not stupid. They're going to end up beating this guy somehow. And I have an idea as to how it could happen. But nonetheless, it just shows that every time that Goku gives these guys mercy, it comes back to bite him. How many chances Moro had? And he's never shown an inkling of a good side to him. That's fine. Not going to bitch about that in this video. I'm just going to show you this form and tell you what I think is going to happen. So, at this point, MUI Goku with the silver hair is probably not going to win this fight, in my opinion. If Moro has the full powers of an angel, he may not win this fight. Now, here's the question. Is Merus as strong as Whis and Vados? Presumably, the answer is yes. But remember, not all gods of destruction are created equal, and not all angels are created equal, and thus it may not be the case. Merus may actually be weaker than Whis considerably. He may not have all his angelic powers, in which case at this point, Moro would not have complete full power angel powers, but he's still got angelic powers, which means that if he has them, I'm not going to power scale in this video, and some of you may not agree with this, but it sounds like he could be universal. actually beyond, and that's a low ball, beyond universal. We're talking about like one-shot universe type of thing. That's how powerful Whis and Vados have shown to be. They have materialized things. I mean, I don't have to go into it. Whis and Vados are on a different level. I'm not saying Moro's going to be that strong, but there's a possibility he will be. Now, the question is, of course, how are they going to beat him? I don't really know how they're going to beat him, but I have an idea. So we know that Majin Buu is coming. Not only did DBS Chronicles give his sort of prediction, I feel like it's a strong possibility he is going to come because he's on his way there. Because he fell asleep on the Galactic Patrol ship, and they're on their way there, right? So to me, that just tells me he's on one of those ships. So I think to beat this guy, Vegeta's forced spirit fission has to come into play right now. Vegeta's going to have to be involved in this. And now that he's been healed up and regenerated, it may take the power of UI, Goku, and everyone else helping out to beat this guy. And even then, it may not happen because, once again, folks, Goku gave him a Senzu Bean. Why? You could have just taken him into prison and then, fine, you want to spare him, fine. But let's say that Goku didn't give him the Senzu, right? Let's say that Goku just let him live. Even if Moro would have reattached that hand and gotten these powers, he wouldn't have been able to heal right away. You know what I mean? He wouldn't have. And because he wouldn't have, that tells me that Goku could have still beat him. Possibly. Because if Merus is all beaten up, right? Even if he has the powers of Merus, if Moro's all beat up, even if he has the powers of Merus, Goku could probably still get him because of how tired he was and how beaten up he was. You know what I mean? They would have given him a chance. Here we have a healed Moro after the Senzu, on top of the fact that now he has the Grand Priest power. So Force Spirit Fission will come into play. I think what could happen is Majin Buu could try to seal Moro and maybe hold him in place, right? Let the Grand Supreme Kai was doing. Then have Vegeta use the Force Spirit Fission to take the essence. I guess it would be the essence of, or the power. Either way, essence, ki, power, whatever way you want to describe it, energy, whatever. The spirit, that is, of Merus, take him out of Moro and then let Majin Buu, or let Goku finish him off, or, have Goku and Majin Buu finish him off. Who knows? A lot of things they could do. But to me, it seems like, even if you don't have Majin Buu come back, it does seem like Vegeta will have to use Force Spirit Fission here. Moro probably doesn't even know that Vegeta has been healed by Dende. He probably has no idea, and if he does, I missed it. My bad on that. Even though they're all there, I don't think Moro even saw that they got healed. And they purposely kept Vegeta off the last manga chapter. He wasn't really on any of the pages, or focused on. So I think it makes perfect sense to me that could be what happened, that Vegeta will now have to help Goku to win. So all the Vegeta fans that were salty they didn't get the finish, he may be instrumental in getting that finish, or they could do a lot of different things, but I feel like that's going to be part of it. So I want to reiterate kind of what I said in this video. Number one, Goku's decision was dumb because of a bad character move. Goku has learned not to do that, and now in this arc he does it again. And because of that, instead of picking another option to spare Moro, right? Instead, he lets him live, allowing him to not only lets him live, but gives him a Senzu so he can heal up to max strength and then reattach his hand and then get Merus power. Don't get it twisted, not Grand Priest. Then we really have a problem. Merus' power. So a lot of questions will be answered in the next manga chapter. Is Merus as strong as Whis? Does he have all of Merus' powers or just some of Merus' powers? And if so, how much does he actually have? Was he actually able to get it all? Because Merus does have God Ki. Sorry about that noise, I hit the mic. Merus does have God Ki, right? Because he's an angel, right? So I guess he could even take God Ki, in which case that would mean that even Beerus, who's watching this fight, is in danger of getting absorbed. So Goku has getting not absorbed, but power tapped into, drained, whatever. So Goku has made a critical error, maybe the most dangerous one he has ever made in the history of this story. More critical than Frieza, more than, sparing Cell and giving him a Senzu, because now we're dealing with a threat that could end up being a problem for even the gods if this gets out of hand. I mean, at this rate, we could have a real, galactic takeover. I don't think it's going to happen because intergalactic takeover. It's not going to happen because the arc's going to end very soon, probably in about 3 months max. But I think doesn't matter. The point is that Goku, the character, should not be making those mistakes. And now you could make an argument that Moro he really has the spirit of Merus, not so much Goku. Anyways, that's it for the video. I wanted to throw my thoughts out there and my prediction. But again, the whole manga chapter's not out yet. Hasn't even leaked yet. So as we get more of these, I will do videos covering them. And I thank you so very much. Leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications because I'm going to be doing a stream very soon. I want y'all to be notified when that stream begins so you can join me in the chat and talk about this manga chapter. And I thank you again. Hit the like button and I'll talk to you very soon.